Okay, here is Alaska, the Canadian border coming down around here. Fairbanks, most people as they come up the highway. We came in from Chicken, came down. Here's Tok, Delta Junction, Fairbanks. If you've been following us, we've already talked about all of those. Denali National Park, the Denali Highway. We were on that for a little bit. Talkeetna came down, the Anchorage area. Then the Kenai Peninsula is here. And then this highway that goes essentially from Anchorage all the way over to Glen Allen. And at Glen Allen, you can take the Tok Cutoff, or this highway that goes from Valdez and all the way up. This is called the Richardson Highway. And in this episode, we are down here at Valdez on the Prince William Sound. Okay, two things I want to show you here. Anchorage is that way, Glen Allen is that way, and this is just a little double-ended pull-out, and these are along all highways basically in Alaska, and we've taken advantage of them. The other thing I was going to show you is a frost heave up close. And in this particular pullout, let me get over here where maybe you can see it a little bit better. But you'll notice I am walking really downhill. That's because I am now in the bottom of this frost heave. Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
We're coming at you from Valdez, Alaska.
And in my opinion, by far the highlight of the city here is the hatchery.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating. We arrived here, I believe it was August 9th, something like that, which means that the salmon are running. And it's just fascinating. We did actually talk to a man. It's a self-guided tour through there. Yes. They have little videos that kind of prompt you along. But he said last year they released, or the video maybe said they released 3 million salmon fry or fertilized eggs, whatever size they released. And he said this has been a slow year for salmon, commercially and otherwise. But seeing fish so thick that it changes the color of the water.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that is just...
And sea lions just chowing down.
Yeah, they're just hanging out and
seagulls
and getting
discarded parts.
But right there at the hatchery, it was going toward low tide, low tide was just ending, and maybe they were bringing more in. You know, the current was bringing more in, but it was crazy. The sea lion just laying there and eating all they want and just hanging out. And
occasionally you'd see them pop up pretty good and then swim maybe and then back down.
But they were getting their fill.
There was a bear that we'd seen. Well, we don't know if it's the same one, but there was a bear we saw on the day we visited the hatchery.
Well, and up from the hatchery is an actual stream, and it may be the stream where the water for the hatchery comes from. I don't know. Or it's a waterfall stream. Not the one right across from the hatchery. That's a gorgeous waterfall. But it's bizarre. You stop there, and you're going to see seagulls all over there. I saw bald eagle there yesterday. But the water literally changes color. You can see this is all tan, and this is black because this is salmon. Fish. Yeah. It's salmon there. And so that is just amazing. I mean, it is different. It is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Well, do you want to report on your fishing?
Well, not through with it. But yesterday I went down. It's called Allison's Point, and I went all the way till the road ended. And then you have these warning signs about no, you can't go in here. This is private. No drone. I mean,
FBI
it's warnings.
warning.
Yeah, it's really. Anyway, but there's a little parking area there, and I'd parked, and I'd looked over, and I'd seen people down there fishing, and I'm looking, and there's just all kinds of sketchy ways to get down there. And then I saw right in front of the van, there's a path that looks like you're heading off into Jurassic Park. Haven't actually seen the movie, but I've seen enough to know that's what it looked like. And I thought, okay, that looks like I can make it all the way down. And so I got my fishing gear, got my bear spray, and went down. And I was using basically, there's a lot of different salmon fishing in Alaska, folks. And I still had the same setup I'd used essentially in the Kenai River. I'd bought a bigger pole because I didn't want to I couldn't cast with the little bitty one. And so for $15, I got a rod and reel combo at Walmart, took that little reel off, put my Garcia Mitchell on there, and went down. And this area, you are snagging salmon. The other places I've been, snagging is a big no-no. But here, that's what you're doing, and it's essentially, assume you're fishing in a barrel, or in like a swimming pool that's filled with 1,000 fish. You cast across and you reel back, and you're going to hook something somewhere. And that's sort of what.
And it doesn't have to be in the mouth.
No, that's when you're flossing, you have to catch them in the mouth. But here, you snag them wherever, in the tail, in the back, wherever.
Side, wherever.
And I was using a single hook. I had a weight up anyway, and I was catching. And then some people I'd been visiting with, she said, Sharon, there's a bear. And I look back, and there's a black bear. But folks, this was at low tide, and there are fish carcasses on the. It's not a beach, it's a rock beach, so I guess it is a beach. But anyway, he's up there just, eating. And I knew, well, I'm not going back to the van right now. And so just hung out down there. And this really nice gentleman, originally from Russia, has moved to Wasilla. But he saw my setup, and he gave me a weighted treble hook. And so now I don't think I can, every third cast, if I haven't caught something on the third cast, something's wrong. First or second cast probably, but I caught, I landed probably 8 salmon yesterday, kept 2. And folks, I've never had salmon the day it was caught.
Yep. It was good.
I mean, yeah.
I was not looking forward to it. It was good.
And so, rain's supposed to let up a little bit tomorrow. I'm going to go down, we'll put some more in the freezer, and then we'll be heading out. But to me, that is the big...
Yes. And there are some historic things. The 64
earthquake.
Tsunami caused by the earthquake wiped out the town of Valdez, and it's since moved. And the 89 Exxon Valdez oil spill, the greatest oil spill in North America.
North American history, yeah. And so there are some petroleum plants here because the pipeline ends here. This is the end of the 3,000 mile.
And I'm wondering if it ends where the FBI stuff and.
I'm kind of thinking it may.
Yeah.
At points, the pipeline is underground, and as you drive the Richardson Highway, we haven't driven the section from Glen Allen to Delta Junction, but from what I understand, it's very similar.
Yes.
In ways to the section from Glen Allen to Valdez, which you see the pipelines as you're driving. And part of that drive, when you first turn at Glen Allen, it's Alaska. It's beautiful. You've seen glaciers, but as you're driving here, you see glaciers.
Yes.
And then
lots of glaciers.
It gets to be more of this tropical rainforest kind of stuff with waterfalls. I mean, we're from Texas. We don't have a lot of waterfalls. And so, we're just like, wow, there's a waterfall. But then we're seeing the water's got to go somewhere. And there are large waterfalls, there are small waterfalls. There are just some really impressive ones as you're coming down here. So We went and drove around, and it's a neat town.
Yeah.
But the road that goes to the hatchery is, I believe, what is it, Dayspring Road?
I don't know.
But it is, there's a sign, and then the road that goes down past the hatchery, it's a total of like 5 miles, I guess, to the very end. And back,
or at least the end where we can go.
where we can go, yeah. And there is RV parking at the side of the road all along down in there.
But
we can't.
some of it is for an RV park.
It's a little RV park
which
where,
is strange.
yeah, kind of different. But anyway,
It's like a pull-off, like
Yeah.
you're in right now, except you pay for the opportunity.
you're paying for it, yeah. So anyway, it is an interesting town, and we're just going to take a few days. We're not positive when we're leaving here, but then we're going to take a few days to head back toward Palmer. So our next episode
Will be about the state fair.
Alaska State Fair, absolutely. Now, one other thing I want to address while we're talking and we're sitting here at Valdez, where it's been raining. Well, it started raining. It rained some at Seward,
And
but
it
we had
rained-
some nice at Seward.
It rained a lot at Whittier.
Yeah, but pretty much the whole time we were there, it was rainy. But there we had wind. But, folks, our RV is a 2018. I guess we don't have double paned windows. I don't know. But the condensation on the windows, and then we have some, not a ton, not like the windows, but we still have condensation even on the walls.
Yeah.
It's just when the humidity, when you're in rain for a week,
And
and
I think it says now the humidity's, is that 79%?
in here probably, and the temperature outside when we were driving around is 46 degrees. That just causes a lot of condensation.
Yeah.
And so just want to let you know that is something you're going to deal with.
Yeah.
If you're up here, is just kind of a dank
Yeah.
existence. But if you let that stop you, you're not going to get out and go and do anything. So we put on some rain gear and we headed out and are glad we did. So I believe we have rambled
I think we have.
long enough. Valdez is a neat place. The drive is amazing. And if you're coming to Alaska, it's something you definitely
Yes.
don't want to miss.
Yes.
And there was some construction on the drive down here. But you know what? It's winter or construction season in Alaska. And so you go with it.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. Two Tired Teachers. And we hope you join us for the next episode of
Alaska on a budget.